I'm not a night person.
Okay, right.
Hello, everybody.
All right.
I'm not a
So,
night person. Good evening, everybody.
okay, here we are. Yankee T News here with Eric.
I'm going to go on Facebook now, too.
Eric, technical
First time
genius,
since the vacation.
and with
Let's go
Jason.
live. I'm here.
Common Sense
Common Sense News and Entertainment, everybody.
Okay.
About to go live on Facebook in just a minute. This is the first time. And here we go. Good evening, everybody. And we are back in the saddle here in southern New England, Connecticut in particular. Common Sense News and Entertainment. This is Jason Douglas back from a much-needed solitude and isolation vacation. We're here with Cor Rotnowski and Eric Ephraim from the other part of the state. And Yankee T News. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, keep trying, GJ. He's working on his audio problem.
We have DJ Ricky working on audio difficulties right now. Hopefully, we'll have him on soon.
Right. Okay.
And so, can we start off by talking about, once I have this thing working right, can we start off by talking about vacations a little bit?
All right.
Sure.
Let's
Makes
talk
you
about
feel
it.
good. All right.
Let me start off by saying this country, our population in modern America, and with, let's be fair, we all love capitalism. We don't like communism, but there's no perfect system, and capitalism comes with a lot of pressure. It comes with pressure to make ends meet and do your part in life, and especially in modern America today, there's a lot of pressure on our population to do these things, and I think vacations are valuable counters to that are necessary for people to balance things out. And I think there's too many Americans that go on vacation, they bring their laptop, and they're clicking away and they're working while they're on vacation, right?
So, but let's be clear. Are you talking about an American vacation or a European vacation?
I think that, look, I don't want to follow the Europeans if I can help it.
Okay.
But this is one area where we could take a lesson from them because my vacations are real vacations, okay? I don't go on them all the time, but when I go on a vacation, there's nothing invented after 1921, or 1929, I mean, that is allowed in my presence. Right, to start with.
So that's why you go to Vermont. Got it.
Right. That's a good place in Vermont. Okay? Nothing. That's why it has to be 1929 because you got to have a radio. You got to have music.
Yeah.
After that, nothing, right?
Hey, shown up. U.S. working man Jason is back. Yes, Eric.
We're going to talk about the 3 levels of relaxation.
All right. Okay. All right. You got to get that off your chest.
You got to get off my chest.
You're all worked up to talk about relaxation. Got it.
That's right. I'm all pumped up and fired up and stressed out about relaxation. So the first level of relaxation is one that we all experience. This is basically for the working man who works, the shift, right, and has the weekends off. Most of us can achieve the first level of relaxation on a typical weekend. It takes a day or so, and Saturday night usually is when it happens, and you can kind of just unwind. You're not in task-driven mode. You're kind of okay. It's the weekend. I'm great. First level of relaxation. You're still you. You're still thinking about life's everyday problems, but you're at least not task-driven at the moment, right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's relaxation level 1. Relaxation level 2 is one that's much more difficult to get to, but you can do it in a week's vacation. Okay, it takes about 2 days, maybe 3, to get into that mode. The relaxation level number 2 is where you should go on. Everyone should go on vacations. At number 2, you're no longer. Basically, what's happened with your body when you're not stressed is now also true with your mind. You're no longer focused on life's everyday problems. You're still aware and alert and what's going on, but you're just like, hey, Hakuna Matata, baby. The problems you're thinking about are, hey, how am I going to make this campfire survive this little band of rain going through, right?
I'm having trouble taking Hakuna Matata seriously from you. Okay.
I don't think it was meant to be. I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously.
I'm just happy to get one day off ever.
Right. See, so
right.
Most of us can get to that on vacation. Now, the third level of relaxation, that is the one that is the most difficult to get to. It takes at least 4 or 5 days to get into it.
Yeah.
And another
3 Little Pigs or something.
You can't do it even in a week's vacation. You got to have a couple weeks. I did not get to that level this year.
Yeah.
I want to get to the second level, which is great. The third level is where you start to your cognitive abilities begin to go on suspension. Where you're literally you're in the home. You're like, what's for dinner? What do you want for dinner tonight, honey?
That's the third level.
Yeah, you're you're banging down the levels of like Led Zeppelin lyrics. You're like,
I'm having a feeling, Jason, you vacation.
You are literally out of it. Like, and you're not much help. You can still do things around the cottage, keep the fire going, and stuff like that. But you're just in a zone, man. You're just, and I did not get to this year. I got there in 2024. We took 2 weeks up there.
Okay,
and it is the best. I suggest every American. I guess what I'm saying to all those stressed out, hardworking people. Good people, patriots, take a real vacation.
Okay, so the question is what did you do on vacation?
Absolutely nothing. That's the whole point, Eric.
Yes, which comes to my favorite saying.
He watched soccer. He went, goal!
Right. Hold on.
Oh, it's funny you say that because I'm actually starting to like soccer a little bit. That's telling me right now there's something wrong in this world, okay?
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to respect the sport a little bit.
Yeah.
I've always made fun of it.
Follow Europe at all.
Yeah, it's European. But the wankers playing soccer.
Yeah,
we used to go to like games. We'd go to the.
Well, they call it football.
Football.
For them, it's football.
We go watch the kids. We go watch the kids play little league ball, and then the next door, in the field next to us, they'd be playing soccer. A soccer ball every now and come over the fence and land on the leaves. Like, get that soccer ball out of here, you wankers.
I mean, you didn't do anything like I understand the concept of doing nothing, but I can do nothing just about anywhere. If I go on vacation, I actually like to do something I would not otherwise do.
Sure.
Were I not on vacation. So, for example, maybe types like fishing, maybe going for a drive and seeing, some scenery. Maybe I've done bird watching, which is kind of cool. You got to get up really early in the morning for that.
Yeah.
But that's can sometimes be fun.
We do go up to the Von Trapp place every year, so that's one thing we do. We drive up to the Von Trapp place, check out the whole Stowe, Vermont, the whole the Sound of Music gig up there, which is what Melissa likes to do every year. So I just pick it up and I get in the car. I don't even want to be in a car though, honestly. I don't want to be in a car. I mean,
yeah.
No, I don't. I totally. I
drive enough as it is.
Right. Yeah.
Balance.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Balance.
I only get to do it for 1 week or two a year or so.
Right.
And I do come back refreshed. And what happens is, as you get toward the end of the week, you start to come to again. You're like, and that's when all the best ideas start coming into your head about, you start to focus back on what's going on. You're like, okay, this is how, like I thought of a lot of things that will help CS&E get off the ground while I was up there in that last day or two. And we're going to talk about that.
Did you write any of it down?
That's all in here, but.
That's dangerous.
My pen was for the crossword puzzles, man. That's all I could do up there.
Yeah, you got it right.
Well, I'm sure the air was.
I'm driving Court crazy over here. This guy didn't do anything.
I like to keep track of things. I do a lousy job of it. If I drop down this green screen, you know what I'm talking about. But
right, that's what Gabby's for. She can write it down for me.
Yeah, we're counting on her. That's for sure, man. So here's my segue. So that third degree of relaxation that you just described, I think would be the perfect state of existence for one Ben Proto.
That's right. Put him on ice, man.
Yes, that's right.
So the wagons are circling around Ben Proto.
Oh, who's drawing any wagons?
There are more and more people that love Connecticut that are interested in seeing Ben step down.
Okay, well, they wouldn't circle wagons around, and maybe should.
I think, circling wagons implies that people are coming to his defense to defend him.
True that.
So that's not what you mean.
But Ben is no, that's not what I mean. Ben is we are beginning to surround the wagons. How about that? And what's happening with Ben is, to be quite honest, is there are a lot of important people that are beginning to see the light as to what kind of a creep this guy really is.
Okay,
and,
well, without
more pressure, I know there's going to be more pressure on Central Committee members to put a spotlight on this guy.
Okay, now we're not going to name names here, but you did send me that text about certain individuals who are offering a certain amount of action for a certain amount of money.
That's correct.
Yes.
Without naming names.
All right. So
now, I don't want to get into, like, first of all, I'm not paying anybody to.
Yeah.
This is a matter of principle. The man is inept at the least. Even if you don't want to believe he's corrupt, you must at least understand that he's inept.
All right. So
if you're the chairman, you got to be good at something.
All right. So what is with this unnamed gentleman? I mean, does he have an axe to grind with Ben Proto?
No, he's a native of Connecticut. Now lives in Florida, and he has some connections in the Republican Committee, the National Committee, and he's just disgusted about Ben as I am.
Well, I don't know if you heard, Betsy was on earlier today talking about this very thing. I can't remember what radio show it was. I don't know if it was Lee Elsey or one of their podcasts or radio shows. And she was essentially intimating that she is going to support Ryan Fazio, and in fact is, I think, actively communicating with the Fazio campaign or team.
Yeah.
And but there's a sense that well, I mean, you know, Betsy made a salient point. She had talked about like the convention is not really like, or the people within the convention, because she said that there was a lot of, I guess, what she referred to as monkey business that went on, because she had more than 15%, according to her. She had more than enough delegates to get on the ballot, and the reason why she went there is because she knew that she had that, and she was, you know, going to celebrate the fact that she would be on the ballot. You know, long story short, the rug was pulled out from under her, and apparently a lot of backdoor, you know, deals were done.
Definitely.
And the delegates were basically told to throw all of their support to Ryan Fazio. And this all came upon, of course, on the cusp of Aaron Stewart's you know, unfortuitous set of circumstances, and you know, all of that whole thing. But I've been long saying, and I've been saying this for the last couple of months now. It should be incumbent upon whoever is the chair of the GOP for for the state to vet the candidates that they're going to promote and get behind. I don't think it was a secret that Ben Proto was, I mean, it seemed like, to my estimation, was in the tank for Aaron Stewart. But
hey, Michael,
with Fazio as his backup plan.
Well, sure, but my point is that apparently Aaron Stewart was they were going to put her up as LG when Bob Stefanowski, in fact, I think it was like almost like a done deal, but then they said that she had too much baggage, and so that got that whole discussion or endeavor got tabled. Sorry,
2022.
What baggage?
Yes.
What baggage?
Aaron Stewart's baggage.
Aaron Stewart's baggage, the one we're talking about.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Betsy.
No.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is that the guy, Ben Proto, who is the chair of the GOP, I think has a fiduciary responsibility, if whatever candidates come forward, to vet the candidates, to say, yeah, you know what? I mean, you got some stuff going on here, and I don't know how you want to deal with that, but I am not going to co-sign on any of this stuff, because if it comes to light, it's going to blow up and we're going to lose the race. Now, I don't understand how Ben Proto could not have known any of these things about Aaron Stewart. Or maybe he did, and he figured that Ryan Fazio would be the fallback plan. Now, as it was, I can't remember who I had this discussion with, but they said something to the effect that had the Fazio camp, and I assume, based on what I understand, was that it was the Fazio camp which was putting out you know, a lot of the information that came to light about Aaron Stewart. And then, of course, the Democrats and Ned Lamont and everything just basically, they didn't have to do anything. They just sat on their hands and let the Republicans, you know, do all the dirty work, sort of thing. And that's kind of how everything, and that's kind of how it went down. So, but they said that if the Fazio camp didn't do it, they would have just bided their time and waited till, I guess, just before the
Sure.
what do you call it? Maybe August or whenever it was, like later on in the year, the Democrats would have taken it to task and then pursued action at that point. But I just find it peculiar that how it was kind of, the timing, whether intentional or not, just seemed rather peculiar to me, because as a consequence of Aaron Stewart being, basically thrown under the bus. Well, she threw herself under the bus, let's be honest. Being outed and then having to withdraw from the campaign, essentially the baton was passed de facto to Ryan. And then now they have their candidate, sort of thing. And then Betsy gets,
Railroaded?
she gets railroaded. She gets totally shafted, and then the voters don't get to have a primary.
Well, I was just going to say, what's missing? What is missing in all of this? The will of the people.
Well, yeah, there you go. But this is kind of coming back to the point that Betsy was making in this interview earlier today, and I would encourage anybody to go watch it, because it was lengthy, and she got into some of the more, I guess, some of the granular details. I mean, I don't.
Oh,
What happened, Rick?
she's from New York. She had something to do with New York. Former New York Lieutenant Governor Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy ran.
Yeah.
New York with Pataki.
Yeah, she was Lieutenant. She was LG with Pataki.
Right. And
But
keep going.
Yeah.
I'm just putting the names together here because we're only using first names. So if anyone's watching is
here's the point. The other point that nobody's talking about. Betsy was the only candidate who actually was taking the entire energy thing to task with regards to New York. Mm-hmm. Ryan Fazio I'm sorry, he's just been completely he slow rolled the whole thing, and he's just been all he's been talking about is the legislation. Yeah, when there were other components. I mean, in point of fact, I think he and a lot of the Republicans voted with the Democrats on a lot of the stuff that gave us the public benefits. But then he votes on another bill to kind of walk some of that stuff, what he voted for back, so that he can say, well, he did something about it, which to me is completely disingenuous.
Yeah, and it's an old trick too.
Sure. I mean, but I wrote about this, and I just don't feel, look, I think Ryan is an affable guy. I just don't think that he's
not a reformer.
He's a stuffed shirt. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, he just is.
He's a hack.
He's more Clark Kent than Superman.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a hack. He's just another political hack. He's not a reformer. He's not a MAGA. I know he says he's a MAGA. I don't think he is.
No, but and here's the whole thing about that. He was looking for the Trump endorsement, but then of course when Aaron Stewart got sidelined, he figured, and I think he was up at the Coast Guard Academy when Trump was there, and they asked if he wanted to talk, and I think Ryan, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but the way it was intimated to me, excuse me, the way it was intimated to me was that Ryan kind of gave him the cold shoulder, kind of as if to say, yeah, you know what, I don't really need you guys right now, sort of thing. Look,
give the cold shoulder to
the Trump team.
What? Oh man!
Now I don't know that for a fact, but what was told the way it was described, the way it was intimated to me, is that's kind of how things went down. I mean, but this just comes back to the Republican Party in Connecticut is pathetic. I'm just sorry, it is.
It doesn't really exist. The whole Republican Party in Connecticut is a rhino in general, in terms of
I mean, and now you got John Bolton who wants to run for Attorney General, and he's kind of doing things similar to what most politicians do, is he's reiterating different components of his stump speech, but not. I mean, earlier on, he was on the Gary Byron show, and he was talking. He was actually giving credit to Betsy with respect to suing Governor Hochul in the state of New York, so that we can get the the energy pipeline back into Connecticut, and so that's to his credit.
Successful politicians in this era of social media and smartphones need to do lengthy Joe Rogan style discussions. That's it. None of this 2-minute attitude.
Yeah, it's just like I don't see. And look, Tucker Carlson made a very salient point earlier tonight, and he was saying that a person who they were talking about, someone had asked him about running for president, and and while he doesn't have the words that he uses, I don't have any interest in running for president of the United States, which to me is kind of open-ended, because it's not like he's saying I'm not going to run for president. Saying I don't have any interest in it is different than saying I will never run or I'm not running for president. Mm-hmm. But then again,
Trump
people can change.
Many years ago too.
Yeah. So
I think it was
right, exactly.
I don't want to be the president, but I guess I gotta be.
Well, but
they got him on TV. I think it was Oprah Winfrey or something like that, or maybe.
He said, I don't want to be president, but I guess I got no choice, man.
Yeah, and the point Tucker was making was that a person that takes on that kind of role, that leadership role, has to be willing to make the ultimate sacrifice. And I agreed with him. And the ultimate sacrifice is you are putting down. Well, his whole thing was putting America first, and he does not feel. And I tend to agree with him to a point.
Put America first at all.
It doesn't seem like Trump is putting America first, or even his own party first. And catering to the special. And you'd have to go
right.
and
the
look
special
at
interest groups. Look who he's surrounded by. That'll give you every answer that you need to know.
Or who he's beholden to in terms of his donors and the donor class and all that sort of stuff. And the whole Israel thing.
Right. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I understand that some people are just going to support Trump no matter what, and that's fine. But we have in my humble opinion, we don't have any business doing or co-signing on any of the stuff that's been going on over in the Middle East at all.
Absolutely
period.
Agree.
I mean, so I'm just
same for Cuba, same for Venezuela, same for Russia, same for China, same for Australia, same for Indonesia, same for India.
Well, I don't agree. I think we have to do.
It's a double standard. I mean, look. It's a double standard
because in 1979, it's time to take them out. Period.
All right, hold on.
Whoa, it's funny. I was going through my 1979 newsreels, by the way, Jason.
Yes, sir.
And it was actually it was Israel versus Egypt back then.
That's right.
Right. Yeah.
Before what happened in Iran, that's true.
All them. Yeah,
that's true.
But here's the whole point with Iran, because they're claiming that they had nuclear weapons and all this, that, and the other. Well, North Korea has nuclear weapons. So what are we doing about that? So why are we going?
Sorry, I lost my light.
Wait a minute. Let's not get caught up in the details here. North Korea already had.
Sorry, dude, but the devil is in the details.
Another enemy from getting nuclear weapons. This is common sense stuff, man.
Yeah, there's too much crap on the floor right now for me to clean up. Okay.
I'm not an isolationist.
I'm just watching Court's face.
The world is too small for isolation.
Believe me. I mean, Eric is sort of a, what is it? Maybe. All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. You're something close to what we'll call an absolutist when it comes to isolationism.
No, I'm not. I'm not an absolutist.
I like
this is the problem. See, this is the problem that a lot of conservatives make with respect to the concept of isolationism. And this is where I agreed with Ron Paul on. He said we shouldn't be isolationist. His point was we should talk and trade with other countries and do business with other
Even
countries.
the ones that
It's not about complete.
even the ones that swear to our death and destruction. We should trade with them too.
Well,
Thank
no,
you,
I mean
Jason.
but that's why you have things like sanctions or embargoes, and we've done that with other countries too.
Okay, so never war.
Look, war is. I don't understand, but this is kind of the point the founding fathers are making, that the president is the
Commander in chief.
Is the commander in chief, but don't put words in my mouth.
The president is the CEO of the corporation of the United States.
Because
Now you're putting words in his mouth.
No, okay, gosh, if I could finish my own thought, right?
Yeah, don't worry.
If I could please finish my own thought, right? Without people trying to put thoughts into my mind to presume what I'm actually going to say. The founding fathers made. The founding fathers made the statement that the president was the one most predisposed to war, and they were absolutely right. Mm-hmm. And that's why there's supposed to be checks and balances. That's why there's supposed to be a declaration of war with Congress, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There are checks and balances, and we have not been following the checks and balances according to the constitutional method.
Well, that's just one area.
Well, one area. To answer this important question. Since when?
After World War II.
Yes, exactly.
After the invention of the nuclear weapon, Eric.
Well, I don't know.
That's the difference.
Okay, fine. But then don't complain about all of the problems that are going on right now, because those of us who think that the government should be representing the people and doing what the Constitution had intended, and saying, oh, well, we've been doing it forever now, so what the hell does it matter anymore?
No, it's a simple matter.
Just throw the rule book right out the window. It doesn't matter anymore because we've been doing it for so long.
Well,
give me a break.
No. I'm generally.
Eric, you're right, though. You're all right. They are throwing all our rights out the window. They want to see how far they can go.
Well,
before
that's
anybody's
true.
going to stand up.
We're talking about when you talk about the Bill of Rights, you're absolutely right. But now we're talking about the second article of the Constitution. And I am a strict interpreter of the Constitution as much as possible. However, there are exceptions. And here, the way that military operations go these days in modern warfare are so quick and so devastating so fast that to wait for certain if you want to declare war against a country and go all out, I think Congress should approve that. But in terms of military actions that are needed, when we have rumors that Iran's going to have a nuclear weapon,
what's the difference between military action and a declaration of war?
There's a little bit of a difference. A military action is a specific
what are you talking about?
Where I consider the declaration of war to be all-out war against that country. We're gonna defeat that country and bring it to its knees.
Yeah, but the
military action is war by fiat. Okay, when you use the term military action, that is war by fiat.
I get it. Nobody likes war. Nobody wants to do military action. But when you have evil religious mullahs that won't surrender, that are determined to destroy the United States and the Western civilization, and they've got proxies in our country.
This is the talking point that the Zionists make all the time.
All
right, fine.
What talking point?
Defending ourselves is not a Zionist concept.
That's the very thing that he's talking about now.
Defending ourselves is not Zionist.
Right.
Okay, excuse me, but when's the last time that any of those countries in the Middle East launched a nuclear attack or any kind of military attack or action against the continental United States? The answer is never.
Actually, that would be Israel.
Yes.
Right. Another country.
2001 court, say it.
Look, I'm not. You guys.
I sent you that link too.
Apart all you want. I am not going to side. I am not going to side with Middle East mullahs against Israel. I'm not going to do it.
Fine.
I'm not saying they're perfect.
Jason, we're not piling on you. We're not piling on you.
This is not about siding.
I'm defending Israel, man. I always have, and I always will. I know. There's bad elements of people. I know there's bad elements of people.
Yeah, right.
I know there are Zionists that are radical, just like any other organization. And I know any nation that's been under attack for 75 years is going to be pissed off and going to want to fight back. And they're going to want to do everything. If I was Israel, I'd be doing everything I can to get the United States to help me.
Fine. Okay. I'd like to get clarification.
Bring it back, Court.
All right. I'd like to get clarification from Eric on his problems with war versus military action. If we send in the SEALs, is that an act of war?
Why wouldn't it be? Sure.
That's an act of war. It's
Is
small. It's specific. Yeah,
You're talking
I
about
can tell you we
basically.
disagree. Okay.
Okay, so
Well, it's supposed to- I need to
sending
light
in
on.
seals for the purpose of what?
Light me up.
It could be okay. Now you're beginning to draw distinctions. Okay. So you're going to end up with cases then where you're going to have to say that using the seals is not an act of war. Same for
Now
the
we're getting caught up in
Delta.
words.
Yes, but you need give me specificity. I mean, you're just making broad sweeping generalizations about military action without any specificity.
Well, I'm not. I gave you I said the seals, and that's not broad and sweeping.
Yes, but what exactly?
specific.
What are they doing? Are they building a campfire on a beach? Are they going, to visit their girlfriends overseas?
No, they're
Are they on shore
to
leave? What are they doing?
No, they're trying to liberate a country from evil dictators and mullahs.
Where in the Constitution? Where in the Constitution?
Jason, you're doing the big.
Where in the Constitution does it authorize us to liberate other countries or go in and install democracies in other countries? It's not there. Okay.
Okay.
It's just not.
I don't know that whole.
Eric, what's your solution? Eric, what's your solution? Just let the Iran live in peace and then let them keep on attacking us?
When have they attacked us, though, Jason?
They haven't attacked us.
USS Cole. Would you? Okay. Are you going to deny?
You're going to talk about the Jimmy Carter years, and you're going to say bring on the hostage crisis?
No.
That
All right.
That's the first action, the taking of our hostages in Iran. That's the very first one, and it goes on and on and on. The bombing of the USS Cole, the attacks. Their money is behind the attacks on 9/11.
Okay, I'm going to
on and on and on. They declared war.
So what about
This is going to be a good one tonight.
One word.
What about the USS Liberty?
Hold on.
What about the Liberty?
Yeah, we know, we remember. But let me give you a one word. No,
I don't know. It's common sense thing. The people that say they're our friends and our allies versus the ones that swear to our destruction. I think maybe we should.
Let me know when to talk to us.
You're talking. What you're talking about is what even the Clinton administration was referring to as preemptive. It's always preemptive.
I would have loved to see the transcript for this. Jeez. God. Anyway, one word quiz, gentlemen. I have a one word quiz. Jason, I have a one word quiz.
I don't understand the anti.
Jason, I have a one word quiz.
I don't get it.
Jason, I have a one word quiz.
Yes, sir.
No,
Soleimani.
Soleimani, what about him?
Why was he killed?
I can't
tell me.
Because he was the one responsible for killing approximately 2,000 Americans in Iraq.
Irene, I missed the question.
Okay.
Yes, and?
Okay. Iran, while we're in Iraq, was busy killing Americans.
Do I
need to say it again? Iran, while we were in Iraq, was busy killing 2,000 Americans. And the mastermind for that was Soleimani.
This is not rocket science.
Had killed.
You guys, this is not rocket science. Iran has said it. They come out publicly and say, we're going to destroy your country. We're going to wreck your culture. We hate you. Okay. And yet we still managed to find ways to blame Israel instead of Iran, which is absolutely ridiculous.
So I'm going to tangle this up a little bit more here. I'm going to tangle up just a little bit more.
Let me ask you this. How many preemptive strikes has Israel committed against other Middle Eastern countries without being provoked?
If we
those countries,
more Americans would have been killed by Iran.
Those countries have been at war long before America even existed. So
that's correct.
No, not really. It all really did start in 1948.
Eric, you're missing my
point. When they established the Israel state, that's what really got under.
Iran intentionally killed Americans. They were not an accident of fighting with Iraq. No, Iran wanted to kill Americans. That's why
they announce it. They say it.
Okay, look, look, and you have Jews that have no love for Christians. Who are also Americans.
Yeah. You have people hate each other. Blacks hate whites, Spits hate blacks. So what?
That's Jason, let him speak.
So you have a China who is, I guess, like on the down low, called for the destruction of America. I mean, albeit they haven't been as vocal about it as Islam and the Ottoman Empire. I mean, I think it was Bridget, what is her name?
Give me a clue, Eric. I'll find it.
Yeah, she's the brunette. Her name is Gabrielle, Bridget Gabrielle. I think that's her name. So, and she was talking. I think she lived in the Middle East, or that's where she's from. And she had talked about, and there was another guy by the name of Walid Shobat, and he had talked about how the Jews grow up, they're taught to hate Muslim children, and the Muslim children, are grown up and taught to hate Jews and Christians and so forth. I mean, this is all about power play. Who shall be greatest? And I think that's the way I see all of it
at all.
Well, you need to. You need to. But you need.
I like where you're going with this, Eric. Do you remember on Donahue? And was it Donahue or Sally Jesse Raphael? They had the same thing. They were talking about this in a talk show in the 80s, and I don't have the information in front of me. You continue on, but I know what you're talking about.
It's not about who wants the most power. It's about our religion is supreme. Our Allah is supreme. You want all the Jews dead. That's what it is.
It's about power. It's always been about power. If you read religious history,
it's a religious thing. It's about God for them. It's about Allah.
It's about the idea that people, feel that they have been given the authority, and this can take many different shapes and forms in terms of different ideologies, but it's all the same. If you look at many of the pagan cultures, their ideology was authoritarian. It was top down. In Islam, it's the same thing. It's top down. Mm-hmm. And several other ideologies, including but not limited to communism, it's top down. Mm-hmm. It's the top down infrastructure that is permeated, an ideology that has permeated ancient pagan cultures, and it is still with us today. And the reason, right? So I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with the idea that many Muslims or Muslim leaders perhaps feel very much that they would like to kill or destroy Americans, but there's more to it than that. I mean, it's not just about killing for the sake of killing. It's about it's about, and this kind of goes back to the crucifixion. The reason why Jesus was crucified is because he presented an existential threat to those top-down or hierarchical systems of the world, and that's basically
America.
And right, so but the Muslims, and many other ideologies or people from represent different factions or whatever, don't want or can't get on board with the idea that rights are transcendent, and because it would mean that they would have to concede or give up their
authority,
not just their authority, but also their ideology, and then they would have to concede to the Constitution, because a constitutional republic, or at least what we have left of it, represents the idea that anybody individually can better themselves, and just the sky's the limit. They can be whatever they wish to be. But when ideology becomes more important than individual rights, conscience, and the ability to prosper and grow individually, it no longer becomes about the individual. It becomes about the collective. So if you look at all the collective groups from, and I'm going to say this, it's Catholicism has done this. Islam does this, and yes, Judaism does this as well. It's collective. It's like it's this collectivist mentality, and that you don't have that, at least in Protestant Christendom. The focus is on the individual and on individual rights. So when you have this whole thing with the pride, the LGBTQ stuff and everything, it's all about collectivist. It's a collectivist agenda. It's about good versus evil. Yeah, well, it's about a group group mentality, group think, right? Why do you hate us? Why do you do this? Why are you homophobic? Why are you this, that, or the other? And so what they do is they weaponize language in order to make you feel like you're the odd man out. You're the one who's not like with the times.
Well, now I'm agreeing with you.
So
here's the big picture thing, though, right? In this world, because of the modern technology and the way it's gotten smaller, communication, transportation, whatever, eventually there's not going to be any room for one or the other anymore. You see, we have a struggle between a free individual mentality, like you're talking about, and a collectivism, which is basically a hierarchical authoritarian situation. Those are the two that are conflicting. And the world didn't know much about the good side until the United States came along. And all we have left is MAGA and the United States. It's the rest of the world. This collectivism is surrounding us everywhere.
Okay, it sounds like Ricky would like to say something here.
There's only room in the world for one in the long run. Okay, only room in the world.
No. But here the problem that what's happened to our country is you've had members of our society and our culture get subsumed into this type of groupthink, and it's been going on for like the last 100 years or 120 years anyway. It's been very aggressive, and the point has been to undermine people's faith in God, undermine the Protestant Christian ethic and ethos, which has given rise to an America where you have people that are in agreement about, and I think Benjamin Franklin makes the point, which I've made, ad nauseum, and I'll make it again, is that the Constitution was intended for a moral and a religious people, implying that those religious people were inclined towards the Bible and to Christendom, and it is wholly inadequate to any other. So when you have this flood of immigrants who, like with respect to the Spanish culture, which is predominantly Catholic. South America is almost all predominantly Catholic. Europe was predominantly Catholic for I don't know how many years. And if you go to the South Pacific and the Philippine Islands, they were predominantly Catholic as well. But there again is that hierarchy. So the allegiance, and the founding fathers wrote about this. They were worried about Catholics having a preferential allegiance to the Vatican and the Pope and the Holy See and Rome over the Constitution. So there's that element of it. But
the debate lies about how we handle it. That's where the debate lies. How do we deal with this threat? That's where the debate lies. We all agree on the threat.
I think, and I hate to say this, but I think it's because we've gone we're so far removed from what the founding fathers had envisioned that I don't know that there's really any coming back, because now you've got other things that have that are occupying people's thoughts, which is the worship of technology now, and going to with Elon Musk and becoming an interplanetary species and all this sort of thing. So which brings us full circle.
Are you ready to go, Ricky?
Back to the existential question.
I know. I like where Eric's going with this. Let him roll with it.
Where back to circling back. I don't like using that term, but coming back to, or coming full circle back to the idea that what is man's purpose? So if technology is going to replace, and I addressed this like 30 years ago with some students I was teaching, that if we become, and this was actually before the whole Matrix movie came out too, but I could see the writing on the wall, is if everything becomes automated, what purpose will humanity have? Well, right. So this just comes back to the existential question. What will become our purpose? What if everything can be done, built for us, mined for us, houses built, automated, stepping into a vehicle and then just saying, take me here, take me there. It's like, what is there left for us to do?
Make babies.
Make love.
Huh?
Yeah, if
Someone there's left
like I
to
turned
do.
my head for a minute.
Or Eric,
Irene's
make
folding
love
laundry.
or make love
Trying
or
to
make
get into
war.
the conversation.
Is it make love or make war?
Irene, if you want to get into the conversation, come over.
Yeah. All
She's
right,
over
yeah.
on the side folding laundry. She's listening.
Okay, well, I'm sure she's an expert on the subject. Anyway, oh, what was the thing I wanted to say? I have a problem, gentlemen. I need help. Who is the more likely member of the Illuminati, Betsy or Ryan?
Oh, it's got to be Ryan.
It's got to be Ryan as a member of the Illuminati. Okay.
Ryan. I don't think it's either one of them, but if I have to
We'll
pick
know
one,
by the handshake.
I didn't think when you say
This is my
Illuminati, but I think
specialty
this
right
is
here.
probably like people who are just actually
Watch their
going
signals.
to going to rituals and stuff like that, versus people who don't have
You don't have to go to all the rituals.
are not very strong spiritually, or they're not spiritually alert, so they become susceptible to the influence of, I guess, what we're calling the Illuminati and the Knights Templar and all that other,
Let's
you
try
know.
this.
I was invited to join the Illuminati last spring. A year ago, I was invited to join the Illuminati. I was recruited
By who? Can't say.
by someone I can't say, but someone
You
I had a
have to
contact.
be a 33rd degree. You have to be a 33rd degree Mason to get into the Illuminati.
My father was
The
a
Mason
Shriner.
recruited me in 2010, and they were gonna sign me on, and I blew them off at the last minute because I didn't like. You know why? Because I didn't like calling the guy daddy or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't want to call
Maybe
him
you were a
father.
candidate, and then but you were down on the lower levels. You were
My
You just
my
said,
uncle,
I wasn't
right
a
to the
higher. I wasn't a
33rd.
higher up there. I was a candidate to join
My-
the Masons.
when I went to
Everyone
Last year they wanted me to.
my
be
uncle
someone like
sent
Illuminati.
had all of his kids going to the DeMolay and to the Eastern Star and the Rainbow Girl. It was the Rainbow Girls and the DeMolay, which was sort of the preparatory schools
Oh, yeah.
for going into the Scottish rites and all that sort of thing. And then my mother, well, my paternal father, who is he was a Shriner. He was a high level Shriner. But I think the reason he did it was basically it gave him a sense of belonging to something, versus like, I want to do really bad or evil things. My father was not what I would call, had any inclinations to hurt people or do like nefarious stuff or anything like that.
Most that
wasn't
join
kind of
are
guy.
there to make business contacts.
So, right. So, Eric.
Tell you
Yeah,
the truth.
Right.
Your general,
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
JK has a question for you from the chat.
Okay.
Eric, have you ever heard the song The Year 2525?
I don't think so. Who's it by?
I think he'll tell us, but I remember that song from the 60s. It was a rock and roll dystopia. In the year 2121, there would be no one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Year 2323. Okay.
Zagger, it says Zagger and Evans in the year 2524.
We'll be asking for more.
Boy, now there's a one-hit wonder if there ever was one, right? So.
Well, let's take a look at it. It's black and white.
26,
Sure.
I got to, you know what? I got to get my OBS to hook up to this chat so we can just send it.
Your OBS, Eric. He said OBS.
Yeah, that's all going to be coming
This
down
is
the
song.
pipe.
Can you hear it?
Oh, I hear music.
Oh wow! Look at this. The cage is going up. This is a crazy video, man.
You're not going to get
man.
a copyright strike for any of that, right?
Well,
No, he's not because it's a live stream and you can't hear it. It's not being piped right in. But isn't that a Pink Floyd bard or some of the video of this in their another brick in the wall?
Pink Floyd's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have loved some of the shows I did.
All right. We did talk a little bit
I'm on
about
that tour this weekend.
Can I take a minute to say a few things about Iran?
That's a tour. I'm touring the
Let's
state.
do it. Let's hear it.
Okay. It is my observation that the fog, the thick mist around what is going on with these talks is, yes, getting worse. And so part one, I'm just going to go through these. Give me a chance. You hear Trump over and over again talking about how, hey, the Iranians just agreed to this. Next thing you know, you hear the Iranians saying, no, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
And then you hear Trump come back and say, well, we've had private discussions where they agreed. What they're saying in public is different. I don't know.
I don't understand why, like, we just don't get, like, you know, just say, like, look, you know, we're done. We're done with Israel. We're done with Iran. We're done with all of it. You guys hashed it out, and we're done.
They know.
That would be fine, Eric. That would be fine. That would be a great way to handle it, Eric. If Iran wasn't saying we're going to destroy your country, we're going to destroy you, we're going to end the Western world.
Israel is not my country.
No. Iran is threatening.
What are you talking about?
Do you believe Iran has only threatened Israel? Is that what you believe?
Eric, how many times have we had to put up with Iran screaming death to America?
I know they're not just threatening Israel. They're threatening our country as
It's
well.
like, you know, somebody, you got a neighbor,
our soldiers.
You got a neighbor standing across the street for you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
Oh, are you going to put up with that? Hey,
you know, let him run on.
You know why?
Okay, let's.
We started off
further. Go a little further.
Let me speak for a minute.
Like they're all the way on the other side.
My wife pulled my attention away, and all hell broke loose. What's going on?
Unless they send an aircraft carrier, a submarine, or whatever off the shores of like Long Island or whatever, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, it's just saber rattling.
Yes,
Diego. All right,
it's talk.
Hey, Eric.
Talk.
Eric,
talk.
No,
so you don't think Iran?
Eric,
you don't
happened on?
So Eric, according to Eric,
what happened on Diego Garcia? Eric,
according to Eric, Iran is just not trying to develop.
No. I'm putting you on the spot, Eric. What happened on Diego Garcia?
Who is that, Court? Somebody want to tell
me
who that is?
An Iranian ballistic missile went over 2,000 miles and hit Diego Garcia. Where are you?
That's a town?
A town? You don't know what Diego Garcia is. It's
no. That's what I'm saying. Island. For anyone that's watching that may not know, we need to know.
Right.
Okay, Diego Garcia is a strategic island in the Indian Ocean that the American forces rely on for staging, repairs, as a stop.
And when did this?
Where is Iran getting their? Where is Iran getting their intelligence? Who's supplying them with that technology? Remember when Bill Clinton sold a lot of our military technology, specifically missile guidance system technology, back in the 1990s? Rush Limbaugh talked about that,
Yeah,
and so it's our own government that has been complicit in all of this tomfuckery that's going on around the world. The CIA and the rest of them.
Democrats, Eric. That's right.
Give up because now they have missile technology. I'm confused.
Yeah, now we're supposed to just let them continue to develop weapons against us? No way.
Hold up, man.
Okay.
China is supplying them with technology as well. So if you go after them, you're going to have to go after China, because China depends on oil that comes from Iran. So you have an incestuous relationship going on between Iran and China. So to attack Iran is somewhat like attacking China by proxy.
Well, it'll be the other way around too. China's not our friend, nor would she pretend. Okay. And Iran, if you're willing to indulge me in a little geopolitical analysis, is the linchpin to everything that's wrong in the Middle East. All right. We saw it in a concentrated display between March and June 1st. All the attacks that they did on UAE, on Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Remember, they attacked Saudi Arabia. What happened? Pakistan sends 8,000 troops in their defense systems to Saudi Arabia because of a pact they have with each other. Mm-hmm. And that's just for openers. Isolationism, my ass.
So if Iran goes down, then they're going to go after Egypt again? I mean, you already saw him
Well,
take
you're
down
right in the sense
Lebanon,
that
Israel's gonna
right?
be-
Why does
will not
it
give up.
matter?
Correct.
Why
Yeah.
does it matter?
Egypt and Israel were the first ones to make peace with each other. What are you talking about?
Because the bottom of Egypt is the last of the greater Israel project.
Okay, all right. If I may,
And I have the stuff to prove
okay,
that all of this has been put in place since 1922.
yeah. Look, I do not question the Greater Israel Project stuff. You have to look at it and answer the question: what are their chances? All right.
0.
Thank you. Okay, because basically Israel got caught with its pants down when they came out with this, when people started to discover this Greater Israel Project thing. It's been around for a
You have to put Britain into this, though, Corey.
Hey, look, I happen to believe that someday. I happen to believe.
It's described in the 1870s.
I happen to believe that someday I hope the entire world is under the jurisdiction of the United States of America. You know why? Because we're the best country in the world. I happen to believe there should be.
We're an experiment, and the experiment is over. And they wrote it. They said, and the craziest thing about this is they said they were going to end it in mid-September 2001 in 1922, and I have the paperwork and the facts.
Wait. What did they say? What did they say they were going to end?
They're going to
the world that you currently know.
And what world is that?
Court, I sent it to you in an email.
When?
This afternoon. I said this is important for tonight.
Look, Eric, you're going to have to roll with this, okay? We have no rules here. Okay?
Eric, I got a feeling Eric knows kind of where I'm going with this.
You do?
There are some Jewish people that want to conquer the world. Okay, so what? Every country has people in it that want to take over the world. I want to take over the world of the United States, okay?
Okay. Well, but in this case, it's made pretty.
I don't think it. Look, I don't think it's just. Everybody has an agenda, right? I don't think it's just. I don't think it's just. I think, we could say. People will say, well, it's the Jews. Well, people could say that. Well, what is the invisible hand back of all of those things? What is it that motivates a person to want to retain or obtain control of anything or anyone? I mean, this mission creep about what's going on here. This is what I don't understand. It's like, well, we're so subsumed with everything that's going on in the Middle East. We're like the liberties in this country are just being slowly, chipped away at with the flock cameras, and Fazio, and quite frankly,
I really want to get into the flock cameras too. I've been pounding the drum on that one for about 4 weeks,
quite
5
frankly,
weeks
now. Where's John Bolton on any of this stuff? He's the lawyer. He's an attorney. He's supposed to be like, yeah, that's unconstitutional. They didn't do thus and so. I mean, if I were running in those positions, I would be like front and center. Yeah, that's unconstitutional. And the reason it's unconstitutional because a person has the right to confront their accuser. And with respect to cameras that are basically, ticket takers, the LPRs, license plate readers.
Yeah, the speed cameras, light cameras.
Yeah, all of those things. They're unconstitutional. I mean, I don't think anybody.
I even said, take them, ask to see them in your accuser in court, and they won't give that to you. They're like, no, and I'm like, wow,
and this is,
you guys
right,
so wrong.
Yeah, right, because they figure if they can just keep pushing and pushing, this is about completely dissolving the Constitution. Make no mistake about it. That's been the agenda for a long time.
One thing I'll agree with Eric completely.
Surveillance.
Yeah. Right.
Well, actually, Whitney Webb. I don't know if you know who Whitney Webb is. She was.
Yeah, I know. I know who she is.
Yeah. So Whitney Webb was making the point that America is in a race to with China for all of this tech surveillance stuff, to become a tech surveillance state. America is in a race to do that. And I think
technocracy.
Yeah, absolutely. And, look, I mean, somebody's going to call me a xenophobe. I don't really care. But you have the CCP, who has been bringing You know what's interesting about this? This is kind of a tangent, but with the whole migration thing, the first uh, what was it? The first instance where they were dealing with a person coming into the country illegally and then having the right to stay here was a Chinese migrant, and it was back in the late 19th century. I can't remember their name, but that
Kim Wong Park. Wong
whatever.
Park. Yes.
San Francisco, I think, in that area.
It was related to the 14th Amendment.
Right. So, and this began, and so from there, it just this like slow boil, to where we are today. Mm-hmm. And then now you have all these Chinese nationals in this country, and you got to know that that money is being funneled in from China to install all these things or to have all these things set up and whatever.
Well, we do have to focus more.
And it's like coming into this country.
Peter Thiel is behind all of that.
All right, you guys, I'm going to check out. I'm going to let you guys continue. I'm going to check out because I got work to do.
99.
You guys continue.
Any last words? Last comments, Jason. Any last comments?
Last comment, yes. Before I check out, last comment, okay? I agree with Eric in the fact that we have so many problems with the threat to our own democracy in our own country that we should focus on more deeply and more collectively as a population to save this nation from the threats from within. That I agree with Eric on 100%. And one of the ways they do it is by destroying our children. Mm-hmm. We talked about the 300,000 children that are missing in this country.
Yep.
Numbers dropping a little bit, but we still have hundreds of thousands of children that are missing.
Well, and
that was something I brought up last week or the week before.
And then, what was it?
We should talk more the next time about what's going on with our children, how our children are being abused systematically.
Sure.
Well, for that, I'll check out. Let you guys continue. Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
That was a great final comment. Have a wonderful night, Jason.
Thank you guys for Common Sense News Entertainment. Carry on, y'all. Good night, everybody. And for
Facebook as well. Good night, everybody. Relaxation.
Yeah.
The blissful state of cognitive disconnection. Yes.
So I mean, like to his point, Jason's point, and that's been another component of all this is the dissolution of the nuclear family. And was it LBJ's Great Society?
Sure.
Was that did that come out of his administration?
Well, his stuff ended up
Great
being
Society
directed at the Black community, and the percentage of
how come I'm not hearing anything?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can't hear.
All right. I can hear you.
Oh, boy. This is the problem with that yard streamer.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Why? Because, I've never had this problem. Maybe that's because I'm the one issuing the link. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right, Court.
So, Eric, all right, well, you can't hear me.
Eric, if you have to click over, he can't hear me either. That's so odd how he lost the two of us. Eric, click out, click back in.
Explanation for this?
Eric, click out and click back in if you can hear me.
No,
Eric made some great talking points though tonight, and I took some notes. I listened to you, Court. I wrote some talking points.
Yeah.
Some of the subjects I have talked about came up tonight, which is very interesting.
I know. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go like this. I'm gonna tell him reboot. Hold on.
Eric, over here. Yo, yoo-hoo. Over here. I can hear you. Okay.
Oh no, it came up backwards. All right, he got it. He got it. In the meanwhile, I'll hold it down with you, Court. Wow, that was a lot there, huh?
Yes.
This is pretty crazy having four of us on at the same time.
Let me get Eric back in here. Okay, what happened? Just clicked him in and he disappeared.
Give him a minute. I had issues the other day. I couldn't get in at all, Court.
All right, so noted. I'm just going to say I spent a lot of money to put this stuff together. So not that it's that hard, but
no, I know. Yard stream or StreamYard, I forget which way it's called.
StreamYard. StreamYard. Yeah.
This has been a fun adventure. We've
Yeah.
talked about a lot of things.
Well,
Your
but we
streams
but
over the weekend when
Yeah.
I was away and I got home and I rewatched them, boy,
Yeah.
you ranted. You had some great rants there. You
Yeah.
really did. I hope people go
Stuff
back
we
and
can-
rewatch that.
stuff we can make clips out of.
I can make clips out of anything, Court.
Okay.
Here
All
comes
right.
Eric.
All right.
Eric,
All
can
right,
you hear
now,
me?
yeah, I can hear you.
All
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay. So Ricky is dishing on all the stuff we talked about, Eric.
I'm giving a recap. It was
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, well, I no, not on tonight. We were talking about other stuff.
Yes.
I think you did a great job representing one side, and then you knew that the other
No,
side
you're
was
not
gonna
feeling
come
it
in.
being one-sided, are you?
No, this is why I like that there were two sides, because look, you guys are thinking Iran attacks people and
Oh,
Eric,
what a surprise!
hold on. And then there was Eric's side, which was like, well, who attacked who? And we all have our parts. And I want you to look up. I sent it to you. Jordan Maxwell
Okay.
did all the work already. And if you type in Jordan Maxwell, British Israel on your YouTube search, or it should pop right up.
Okay. I'm sorry. Say that again. Jordan Maxwell.
Jordan Maxwell, British Israel.
What? British
In the
Israel?
search, and it should pop right up on the front.
Okay, so I'm having trouble drawing a clear distinction between an esoteric scholar and a conspiracy theorist.
I'm not what? See,
I think
those of us that tell the truth, that's a made-up word by the CIA. Number one,
Oh.
what is a conspiracy? It's more than one or two people or more to deceive the public.
Well, I wouldn't quite put it that way. I would say that it's a set of ideas that are rest in some conjecture and some fact, but which has not been officially accepted by the authorities. How's that?
Okay, so the reason why I think this
No,
Jordan,
look, the word to conspire means to make secret plans to commit an unlawful or harmful act.
thank you,
That's
Eric.
what it means to conspire.
Right, you're giving me the one, but I'm just flying off the seat of my butt here or whatever here.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Theosophy? So Jordan Maxwell gets involved in theosophy?
Oh boy,
Huh?
I always surprise you with some Easter eggs, Court.
Yeah. What be inside that egg there, boy? It looks funny. Okay,
It's
well,
not.
I'll
Court,
check them
just
out.
go right to your email and just click the link I gave you. It's a YouTube link.
Okay, all right. Well, I just looked up Jordan Maxwell, so I got him. Okay.
I gave you the exact spot that I think is most important because Eric hit right on this tonight. And I didn't even know he was going to do that.
Yes. Well,
Eric and I might be on the same brain levels here. I'm not even aware of this.
yes. Great minds.
Stranger things have happened.
Okay. So, all right.
Everything you were saying, I'm like, yep, you're right there. I get it. I don't have any, I didn't take any notes or anything, coming into this show. I'm just wanted to kind of listen.
Well,
see what you guys
the
were
other
gonna
thing
talk
that
about.
the other component to this, and I wrote about this, that I wanted to try to have a discussion with Jason about, but he's extremely emboldened and impassioned about his position with regards to, I guess, what modern Israel, what we're today calling modern Israel,
Correct.
and which has, in my opinion, has nothing to do with ancient Judaism or the
I said
Israel
that to
from
Court, I think
the
last
Bible.
week. The
I agree.
Hebrews.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the
Yeah.
Hebrews.
Right.
Yeah,
I got
um,
you.
well,
I'm
well,
the
And
same
and,
age
and,
as Eric.
and to the point, I think many Orthodox Jews also agree that what modern Israel is doing is an abomination, really, to
to
what
Judaism.
well, to Judaism, sure, So, yeah, this too shall pass. I mean, this can't go. It can't go on forever.
All right. So
No,
anyway,
you're correct, Eric. We're on the same brain wave here.
All right. So anyway, so I date this to the emergence of Reform Judaism. Okay, so Reform Judaism appeared in the sort of early to mid 1800s.
1776 court.
Reform Judaism?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
almost.
what I read.
I'm almost positive, court.
All right. So my understanding of Reform Judaism is that when it first, what happened was a number of Jews got together and said, look, we have to have more responsibility for what goes on in the world. We cannot just keep to ourselves. So that was, as I understand it, the essence of Reform Judaism, and that justified all the different areas in which they've gotten involved in society. So anyway, all right, so here I'm going to try this history.
Apparently, it emerged from the Enlightenment era in Europe into the modern movement.
Yeah, well, that's more like what Ricky's saying.
In court, why is do you know? I want to go into. I don't want to talk about it without notes because you guys are gonna ask me a million questions, and I want to make sure that my answers are easy for the average listener to understand.
Okay.
But there's no reason for Poland to be getting attacked right now from Ukraine.
Poland?
Yeah. So modern Reform Judaism is a modern strain of Judaism that tries to preserve Jewish identity, worship ethics, and community.
I'm trying to keep
while allowing Jewish law, ritual, and belief to be reinterpreted in light of modern life.
So that's the Wikipedia version.
Well, it says Britannica actually says it summarizes it as the movement that modified or abandoned some traditional beliefs.
So that's what we're being fed. So we'll run with that and see.
Well, the beliefs and practices that they abandoned were keeping to themselves. They're what's the word I'm looking for? Like when they would sequester themselves. All right.
I wanted to talk about the Prime Minister of England tonight, but
oh wait, the new one or the old one? The old boss, the same boss?
New one and the old one.
All right.
And the past ones, but that's okay. Wait, there's a door behind me. I have to go through the door.
We need to talk about Larry the cat. Larry the cat.
What's Larry the cat?
Larry the cat has outlived 6 prime ministers. Okay.
Yeah, because how many? And nobody votes for him. You had a chick. You had the cross-eyed Indian guy. You had the guy that looked like he was from Dumb and Dumber, right? Like, let's. And this guy, this new guy, what's he say? Oh! First thing we're gonna bow down to. Drum roll, please. Israel.
Yeah. Israel. Wait.
He said it. Yeah. Adam. Isn't his name Adam or something?
No, Andy Burnham is the
Andy. That's it. I knew it was an A. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Andy
First
Burnham.
thing he said.
Bow down to Israel?
Yes. How did you not see this? Man, Court. I got to get you up to speed.
Right over my head.
Look, I just laugh at it all because to me, it's all political theater.
Okay.
I'm more kind of like on the Eric side where I'm more of on a God kind of a thought level.
All right.
You know, than worrying about petty politics. It's a theater. It's a show.
Yeah, to what end? What purpose? What goal? What is it going to accomplish?
It's propaganda.
All right. So bowing down to Israel is a statement of propaganda.
Yes, definitely. Like the first thing he says. Hold on. See, this is where I need my OBS to the computer, and I would have just boom played it right in front of you. His speech.
That was today.
Instead of having you have to go look for it.
Here, well, I'll do you one better.
The first thing he's going to do, the first thing he's going to do is go visit Israel.
Okay.
He said it. It's out there, Court. You could probably find it on YouTube. It's not
right now. I just typed it in. All right.
I said Adam. Sorry, Andy.
All right. Well, this stuff is dated to a few days ago.
Yep.
It says so 5 days.
Oh, you don't even know why the other guy stepped down. Boy, I saw those videos.
Oh, there we go. So, so I was developing a thesis.
Go ahead, Eric. I'm listening.
So, here, let me see if I can go back to the. I don't even know. Man, this is a long thread.
All right. Why the two?
So Universalists. So you had basically the overlapping ideologies: Marxism, Islamism, globalism, woke ideology, and even modern Zion. I guess what
Zionism.
Modern
that's fine.
Zionism. I mean, I agreed with Ferris Bueller, where all isms are bad. And so
that's you know what? I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Yep. Yeah. Didn't you ever see Ferris Bueller?
Hello. Look how old I am.
No, I mean I'm asking Court.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna step out for 1 second. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta use the
little boy. Well, so my complaint is the same here. We have right now my counter shows 4 people watching.
Okay.
It topped out at 5, went down to 2, came up again. Now it's back at 5 again.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff, man.
Well, that's exactly what it is. The small stuff.
You know, people who want to watch will watch, you know, and if they want to share with their friends and they're interested in the discussion, you know, word of mouth is the best advertisement.
Okay, well, in the spirit of what Ricky is saying, I happen to agree that we're saying some pretty interesting shit here. Okay, we're having some pretty good discussions. And it would be nice if it just could get out to a larger audience. Hence, video clips like the one you did.
Yeah, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. You
know. Let's see.
What are you looking at?
A thesis I was developing with, you know, trying to look at the correlations between Zionism, you know, political Zionism, cultural Zionism, religious Zionism, yada, yada, yada.
I think those.
So you have political Zionism comes out of Theodore Herzl, you know, and this is the whole thing because there's been a concerted effort to you know, break apart the sovereignty of the United States and get it embroiled in, you know, other affairs. It's kind of like, I feel in some senses that the United States has kind of been used as a hammer, basically, you know, to take out the enemies of other people. And that's not what our country was designed to do.
Well, who are you talking about other than Israel?
Well, I mean, they're front and center. I mean, and that's kind of the front and center topic of discussion of the last, you know, few years, really. Mm-hmm. And then you have, you know, people being guilted. Well, I mean, they've passed laws. I think there are some laws on the books where you can't badmouth the Israeli government, and if you do,
in America,
I think there's laws on the books in Florida. Yeah,
well, no Ohio laws. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah. See, he
Don't talk
knows.
about the people that are suppressing you, or you'll go get the guillotine on your head.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same, it's the same stuff. You can't badmouth. I mean, the people, this is part of my frustration. And then you got people like, Court, who doesn't believe, doesn't believe it. It's like, I mean, that's not happening. Oh, that's not happening now. Really?
Eric, I used to be in that boat long ago, and then I died. I died in a car accident. And the crazy thing is, then I found this guy from Australia that also died in a car accident. We got to meet Jesus, and my life's never been the same.
Oh, so you had, I guess, what's referred to as an NDE, or a near-death experience, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you go to my YouTube channel, just recently I replayed what happened that night in January 1990. And it was weird even driving down the road and seeing how the area even changed. And there was like a house there where I would have landed on the roof of that house that's there. But I remember my father being sick to his stomach when I finally got home, which was miles and miles and miles away. I even talk about it in the video, how far. You could see how far I walked, covered in blood. And like, what was I gonna do? Knock on some stranger's door? Hello, can you call 911? Like they would have thought I was a zombie from Halloween. I was just covered in blood.
Right. Well, yeah. Look, I mean, I've been through, I don't know how many times. I mean, I probably should have been dead, but I'm still here. And I'm here for, I think I'm
A
definitely
purpose.
here for, there's a purpose. There's a reason.
Yeah.
But, going back to, so Court was asking me, so part of my thesis was that I'm flushing out with all of these isms is that modern ideologies attempt to achieve what they're attempting to achieve through structural power can only be achieved through spiritual transformation. So that so you have Marxism tries to engineer equality, Islamism tries to enforce moral order, globalism tries to engineer harmony, nationalist ideologies are trying to secure identity through territory. And so those are some of the key or core components that are, in my thesis with respect to. And the other thing is you usually know if your religion or your faith or ideology, for that matter, doesn't have the component of love. And when I'm talking about love, I'm not talking about just like, there, you poor little thing. I'm talking about like love that transcends or permeates the universe like an atmosphere. And it's kind of the sense of love that's all encompassing, or I guess what I would describe as the love of God, right? So and you don't have that. You don't have that with Islam. I've never seen it. I've not seen it in Judaism. I mean, although they're like, if you go to, I went to a synagogue long time ago, back in the was it late '80s or early '90s. There's a familial sense. I think it's the word is might be storge, which is kind of like a familial sense of love, or a parental type or sense of love. I mean, and there's certainly that component of, I guess, love within the community. But I guess the love that I'm talking about is the love that is able to forgive, the love that just kind of like can see or knows that another person might be struggling, or maybe has a narrower sense of themselves or whatever, but you can still, love those people from afar. And this kind of comes back to the whole idea that when Jesus was on the cross, he was able to say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I mean, that's love. That's love that just like you can do anything you want to me. It doesn't matter because I know I'm going to be okay. And that's the kind of love that I think if all humanity could feel that type of love, I don't think you would see all of this clamoring for, you know,
I've been on that same. I'm on that same level, brother.
yeah.
Really?
I just don't think you would see all of the problems that we have. I mean, if people were genuinely inclined to love their neighbor as themselves, as you read in the New Testament, um, would there be any need for? There would be no jails. There would be no divorce courts. There would be, you wouldn't need any of those things.
Right, but that's on the good side. Now there's the bad side, and that's the side I've been exposing, and that's why my wife is so worried that they're going to come and kill me. And I've had threats on my life, and I know the bad side too. And I used to joke about it, just making fun and not realizing it was actually real. I thought it was all fake until the proof was put in front of me, and God put the proof in front of me. And then I've been trying to kind of tell court about it. Court knows. And it's a very hard message to get out there.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it comes in different flavors. My problem is I try to reduce this to the thing that we can handle that's right in front of us.
Well, I think
we start with Connecticut politics, and then we go deep into the weeds at the end of these things. And I think that's important.
I think the problem with those
it covers up the YouTube won't get you flagged on this because it doesn't. The computers don't look this far into the streams, so this is why we can get away with it right now. This is how we get the message that God is real, man. So
interesting. Okay.
Well, I think in court makes a point, like with respect to, it's enough, give us this day our daily bread. In other words, don't give me any more than I can already deal with. And I think part of my problem has been like I've been doing I think this is a discussion I've had even with some of my my own church members, and it's politics is the idea that we can solve human problems through human means and ways, and that's what the components of politics is predicated on. But if you are a faith-based person and you believe in God, that those things kind of steer or direct your political type of thing, your politics or your political thinking. So I think that there is while we are in the human experience, we need to find some of the things like in a human sense of things that will do the greatest good to the greatest number of people.
I like that, the human experience.
Yeah.
I like that because it's our avatar. I love it, man. I love it.
Sure. Well, if that's, you can use the terminology, but I tend to just refer to it as the human experience or the human condition because that's what all of us are seemingly experiencing now together. So, but, the promise is like, well, how do you resolve all of these problems? And, I always find myself back in the Bible because the Bible does from Genesis to Revelation deals with all of the flux in the human condition and how to resolve it. And, it behooves people to actually, and part of this ideological argument that we've been discussing, has to do with people being taken away from, I come back to being taken away from the Bible, being taken away from Scripture. Because if all the answers are there and the means with which to resolve human problems are in there, and yet the vast majority of our population, at least in the American population, have been so distracted and pulled away from all of those things.
Absolutely, from all the propaganda in the television,
right,
and everything.
And it's allowed, I guess,
and the schooling systems.
It's allowed evil to gain a toehold, in human thought, in human consciousness. Mm-hmm. Jesus addresses this. He says there let your conversation be yes, yes, and no, no. So there are things you have to say yes to and things you have to say no to. And so you're also standing porter at the door of your own thinking. So there are thoughts that you say yes to and thoughts you have to say no to. And I think when you were talking about having to defend yourself from the fiery darts of the wicked, if you want to refer to it like that, is your spiritual self-defense is in Psalm 91.
My brother, who's not here anymore, they murdered him. I'll get into that one day. But he used to call me Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I used to laugh at him. He goes, "Why do you call me Obi-Wan Kenobi?" He goes, "Because you're so calm with yourself. Anything could be going wrong, and you just can handle any situation that is thrown in your direction, and you bring people together, all people together, no matter what their problems or issues." And I was like, oh man, he's no longer, he got murdered, and we'll get into that one down the road one day, Court, if you ever want to talk.
Yeah, well, it's a tough thing to talk about. Let me read a headline here. What happens when the biblical literacy that shaped America's founding disappears?
Say what happened? Wait, hold on. Wait, you said
Right,
a headline.
Yes, so it's a publication called Harbinger.
So it's just one line. It's a headline. That's the problem with society these days. They only read a headline and never look at the story.
Okay, well, all right. So the headline and just the first two sentences of the article. Headline is, what happens when the biblical literacy that shaped America's founding disappears? So, more than 2 decades ago, in 2004, Harvard professor Samuel Huntington warned.
As soon as I hear Harvard, I'm going to laugh, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, just hold on. He warned in his book, Who Are We?, that America was facing a crisis of identity. He argued that a nation cannot remain united without a common culture, a common history, and a common understanding of
There it is. Yep. That's it.
Yeah. That's right.
It's true.
It's right there.
And the Bible has informed it.
I mean, even in Scripture talks about being like-minded one toward another, and we're not seeing that anymore.
Well, I wouldn't say not. I mean, you face it.
We're not seeing it as much. I guess I should say we're not seeing it as much as we probably should.
Okay, the late Charlie Kirk has brought a lot of people back to God in the church.
He's not dead. He's not dead. He's in Walhalla.
Walhalla. Okay. So
sorry, I said it wrong. Valhalla. Read my lips. Valhalla.
So you call him a Viking or Norse?
No, he was a product of propaganda.
Propaganda.
He's alive and well, did his job, and he's in witness protection program.
What evidence do you have of that?
Oh, I have tons.
Okay.
I mean, you're making
everyone's like, oh yeah. So he was just an actor, and please, if you got
just an actor,
if you had so they talk about look, they talk about Israel making a device that would look like a pen that you could stick on you, right? That would look like a microphone, and it blows up and blows your neck up, right? Where's the blood? Where's all the evidence? Where they're dragging him out? You would see blood falling all over the ground. None, zero. He was an actor. Welcome to the Truman Show.
Oh, jeez. Okay, and we'll never
come on, Court. Run with me on this. I got to go crazy on you today.
Yeah, well, the problem I'm having is that there's this little thing. You might have ever heard of them. They're called pagers.
I know. I'm saying this was like a page. Look what they did in Lebanon to those guys. Look to those people.
So how do you walk down the same path but end up in a different place? I don't understand this.
Because it was so obvious. Sometimes the obvious is right in front of your face, Court, but it's hard to accept it.
All right, so you're telling me that he that when you see his head and his body stiffen like that,
It went like this.
well, it was a little bit more than that.
Okay, it kind of went like that, right?
Well, there's a little bit
Yeah.
more. Thing.
Oh, you know what? Here we go. The cliffhanger. Irene's like, come on, get off your stupid stream. Listen, look into Valhalla. Look where Valhalla is. They even said where they were bringing him. He's living a happy life where no one's ever gonna find him. Look into his that lady that he was married to, who was trafficking children. What? I got her. She's gonna pull me away from this computer.
Yeah.
Look into her. Look into this girl's past. She was trafficking children.
I know about her. Okay.
You want me off?
All right. No. This is good. This is a good place to stop. We've been at it for an hour and a half. And
all right, Will, tell your wife. We're going to give you back to your wife. So
yeah,
she's right here. Court, Irene, please do. No, you don't want to be. This is a live stream. She doesn't want to be in a live stream. She doesn't want the world to see her. I don't care about me. Everyone knows about me. I worked in corporate radio and the whole nine. So, like, I really don't care.
Oh, you did? Well,
I introduced Justin Bieber in 2008.
Okay. Well, you're listening to WTPC 95.5 FM Elsa.
So there's a lot of things I know that people shouldn't know. Hey, how about this? How happy are we to see Clive Davis freaking go 6 feet under? I am. Yeah, that's for you, Clive Davis.
Thou shalt
you scumbag. I hope you burn in hell for all the things you did.
What did he do to you?
Oh, he didn't do nothing to me. He did things to people I know. What? Clive Davis is dead. Good for him.
Okay. I guess you need to get that off your chest. Okay.
Irene comes down and it's like, whoop. It's like, like how you get like that bird that's confused. It goes like this.
Okay, yes.
Irene's doing
I think those are called budgies.
How about your pet dog that goes?
All right, well, I'm going to sign off. I'll say goodnight. Let's
Eric, great points tonight. I had your back the whole night, though. So that it's going to be Eric and Ricky versus Court and Jason.
I don't know about that. Supposed to be a team working together.
We're all working together. The more we do this, the better the message is.
Well, there's the other part. I mean, building the audience. All right. I'm
not worried about building the audience. The audience will come automatically when you get the right message out.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
it's amazing what God can do when you're rolling with God.
He doesn't get it yet. But anyway. All right, gentlemen, have a good night.
Yep, I'm out of here too.
Good night, Eric. Good night.